Hey guys, welcome to London Lips YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you are not. So we've got a lot of new subscribers, so welcome guys. So let's get into the video. Baby Reindeer is flipping her shit right now. Yep, the real Baby Reindeer is absolutely going batshit crazy right now. Why? Because she don't like the way she's been betrayed on a Netflix show. So this is the real Baby Reindeer, and she looks exactly like the woman who played her. So I think they've done a good job of picking somebody to, portray themselves as her. But anyway, let's get into it. So this lady is called Fiona Harvey. She's allegedly the real stalker. She's from Scotland, Aberdeen, and she is upset. She's fuming, actually. Why? Because she feels like her life has been ruined since her identity has become public. And she's not hiding anymore, she's decided. She wants everyone to know who she is, because as far as she's concerned, this movie is not only inaccurate, it's making her look, like she's a nutcase. So she's decided to come forward and she wants to talk about what is going on. And, she's not going to be holding back. And I don't blame her, because her reputation is on the line. Now, the first thing she wanted to clear up was that, the comedian who is the guy, in the Netflix series, Richard Gadd, she wants to clear up the fact that she didn't sexually harass him. She claims he was sexually harassing all the women in the pub. Also, in the series, it said that she had basically been jailed for 4.5 years before she met the comedian. She says absolutely not. She has never been to jail. Her feet have never been in a prison cell. She is not, a criminal, and she has never been convicted of a crime. She says this is absolutely fake and is extremely damaging to the real her and her character. She was very clear and said none of this happened. It's absolutely a load of rubbish. As a result, she's at home, trying to make a decision as to whether she should actually, take legal action against the comedian and Netflix. She's looking at her options. Why? Because she said he's going to need to prove that she went to jail, and she did not. She's never been sent to prison. It's blatantly obvious. So she's saying if he proves, if he can't prove she went to prison, it's pretty clear that, a lot of the story is, untrue. She said, if the police had been at her door, she'd have been charged, she would have had a trial, she would have been fined, something, or gone to prison. She said it's made up, it's a hyperbole. She ain't got no restraining orders, no injunctions, nothing, no interdicts, nowhere. They will not be able to be found. She's never even had police at her door about any of these things, such as, stalking, harassment, at all. She said, it's just a load of rubbish. I don't have any money, but I'm a perfectly capable lawyer, and she will represent herself. Now, if you remember how the character Martha acts in this show, you can imagine the sort of drama that will take place in the court place if she is going to be representing herself. You can imagine the share, screaming, exaggeration, demanding, playing the victim. If she's anything like the character, this is going to be, a full performance. In the series, Richard claims that he received 40,000 emails from her, 340 hours of voicemails, 744 tweets, and 46 Facebook messages, as well as 106 pages of letters. She obviously denies these, but Netflix claims they verified the emails. They had looked at them. They know the emails are real. They had been received from her, his stalker, and they were signed off with sent from my iPhone. But Martha claimed she did not send them. Now, I think when it comes to these emails, I hope Netflix were very, very careful to ensure they were actually real and not faked by him, to be able to, produce a series and give it more clout by saying it's actually real and not fictional. Because, this woman is looking to take legal action. Okay, and the thing is, she does actually have a case. Why? Because her identity has been disclosed through a method known as jigsaw identification. Now, you know how all the social media detectives are, a crime takes place or they want to find out the identity of somebody, everybody's looking, putting pieces together, trying to, find out who it is. That is what has occurred here. People took little bits out of the show, different scenes, her images, done a bit of research, put it all together, made a jigsaw, and found out who the real lady was. So now what would she have to do to be able to win? She would have to go to, court and prove that, the accusations are false and they caused her significant harm. And because it's a drama, the show is, not actually a documentary. Netflix, have assumed they can get away with this, but it's not necessarily going to be the case now she's been identified. And the thing is, not everything in this show is real because it's a dramatization of the true story, which means there's going to be a lot of exaggeration in it. Now, of course, they changed the names, but it was still very clear who the people were. Netflix portrayed it more as a true story. And, he brought up an old case in it where he said he found out she'd been accused of, falsely making out that one of her old employers was mistreating their deaf child. Now, the couple have confirmed this is true, but there was never a full hearing, so she couldn't have gone to jail for that, of course. But she did apparently, accuse them. Apparently, when they threatened her with the legal action, she pretty much stopped. But it was a lot of years ago. But the problem is the real Martha is saying she is being harassed because of this story and she is receiving death threats. Laura, the real baby reindeer, she said you would be absolutely stupid if you was to believe this story was true. She also claims that she's a very attractive woman. That's subject to opinion. But she also said she does have a photographic memory, so she remembers everything that has occurred. What I would say is the guy who writ this play, he is braver than most. And I know we saw his desperation to be famous within, the series. But he's braver than most. Because if I had a woman who had been stalking me, a woman like this, if the characters to be believed, who would sit outside a bus stop for days and months and possibly years just obsessing over me, I wouldn't have even wanted to talk about her because I wouldn't have wanted to trigger her with, again, I wouldn't have wanted to make her any more obsessed with me. I would most definitely just want to disappear and make sure she never sees me again. It's obvious that some of the show is definitely exaggerated because it had to be entertaining. I think he should have just kept her identity, a bit more private and made it less obvious to just save himself the hassle of, being in court and stuff like that. I suggest she does not represent herself. I would say she should get a top legal firm. Why? Because she's going to be going against Netflix. Netflix is going to have, some of the top, legal teams available. And, it's going to be a big fight. Or they may just, pay her, without going to court. Just give her some money, under the table. And just, give her some silencing money. Do you know what I'm saying? They might just make her sign something where she's not allowed to disclose how much she got and what happened. If Martha is to be believed and she has not done no jail time for her actions, that is insane because stalking somebody all day, every day, what that does to a victim is, terrible. You're on edge all the time. You can't relax, It's such a scary scenario to be in. You don't really know that person not properly, so you don't know what actions they're going to take against you. Like, are they crazy? Are they going to kill you? It's scary and stalkers have killed before. And if she's stalking people, it's actually terrible to think she's had no punishment. I hope this woman has at least been in, counselling, therapy. Something has been done to stop her stalkerish, obsessive ways. And if he's lying just to be on Netflix and just to get fame, that would be absolutely disgusting. And, he, of course, should be punished. But I find it very hard to believe that all of it is a lie. Of course, I believe there's exaggeration. I believe it's for our entertainment. I believe it happened to him, but I believe he just, put a little juice on it to make the show more popular. Now this series is out with Martha, obviously he's opened the door in terms of, she's out there now feeling like she can take legal action against him, she can talk about him, and, her obsession with him, as I said, may come back. So he needs to be very, very careful now. He needs to be careful about how he communicates with her and how this is handled. I will probably just leave this permanently to his legal team, and he needs to make sure she does not know where he lives because he doesn't want to start the whole stalking thing again. Because remember, in the series, her obsession with him was so deep. So deep. Even seeing him could probably trigger her obsession once again. Do I think she deserves money? If she done it, no. I mean, yeah, he's profiting off his story. Well, if she wasn't stalking him and harassing him, he wouldn't have such a big story to actually tell. And, obviously the guy, who sexually assaulted him, you know, initially in the series, his identity has also came out. I haven't got as much details on him yet, so I will do another video on him. But you know, some of these people out here who are stalking, harassing people, making people's life a misery, they can't expect to do these things and it to remain a secret. Don't fuck up people's life, excuse the language, if you don't want any consequences. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, should Martha be compensated because it is about her and we all know who she is, especially now she's getting death threats? Or is this just an extra punishment that she deserves for stalking somebody? I'll see you guys in another one. Bye. Thanks for watching.